Hi, my name is Colton, and I chose Benjamin Franklin for my biography project. I always want to learn about everything. I want to learn about just like lightning, fire, water. I just want to learn about everything. So, and I worked at a printing shop with my brother James. I made a kite that tried to control lightning. It worked. There was a metal key at the top, and then cotton would keep the lightning going, and I believe there was the linen that would stop the lightning. I touched the cotton and I got zapped. And then soon, once I learned a lot about that, I couldn't find any more. But then I just found about the pens. They would always put taxes on everything, and I was furious. Everyone in America was also too. So I went to the government and told them that there would be a war. I was right. And then in April 1775, there was a war, the Revolutionary War.
Hi, my name is Johnny, and I chose Neil Armstrong because I wanted to learn interesting facts about him. And three important things I want to talk about Neil Armstrong is that he was the first man on the moon. He planted the flag in 1969 with two other friends. He had 3 children and a wife. And before he was an astronaut, he took flight lessons at age of 19, and he earned his wings shortly after the Korean War, and he was only 19 years old.
Hi, my name is Mariah, and for my biography, I decided to do Elizabeth Blackwell. She was born February 3rd, 1821. She was the first woman doctor. Okay, so Elizabeth decided that she wanted to be the first woman doctor. She wanted to be a doctor because when she was little, her sister broke her leg and by falling down the stairs. So she had to take care of her by putting on the cast and things. So she was taking care of her, and she asked her dad if she could be a doctor when she grew up. And her dad said that there's only male doctors and women were not allowed to be doctors. So she faced a lot of problems because she was a woman, but she was the first woman in America to earn her MD degree. She helped many other women with their careers, and she has a lot of quotes. She supported anti-slavery movements. She opened her own hospital. I admire her because she was a strong woman in the history that paved the way for other women.
My name is Alora, and I chose Amelia Earhart for my biography project. Amelia Earhart was born in Atchison, Kansas. When she was older, she tried to build a roller coaster in her backyard. Amelia went by train to Gaunt School. She visited her sister inside the hospital and saw wounded soldiers. She started to work in the hospital until World War I was over. She went to Los Angeles and her parents, when she was a kid, her parents divorced, so she went to Los Angeles when she was older, and her parents remarried. Amelia moved in with them, and a young man named Sam Chapman asked Amelia if she could marry him, and she said no. She watched an air show with her dad, and then she liked it, so she took a plane ride, and she liked that too. So she started taking flying lessons.
My name is Nate Hill, and I chose David Robinson because I like basketball, and he's not really one of those famous people you know like Magic Johnson or Michael Jordan, but he's like one of those Christian characters, and he's very godly. He loved the Lord, and that's why I chose him. And He's just tall and muscular, and he played for the San Antonio Spurs, and I liked him because he was interesting.
Hello, I am Jeremy Ivanov, and today I chose George Washington for my project. He was the first president of the United States. George Washington's brother died. His brother's name was Lawrence, so he took his position as a general inside the Revolutionary War. George Washington had a favorite horse named Nelson. The reason why we have presidents today is because George Washington, people wanted him to be a leader or a president. He chose to be a president because he thought being a leader would be too much for him.
Hi, my name is Rachel. I chose Sacagawea because I like her character. She perseveres in everything. She perseveres through illnesses, hunger, starvation, and grizzly bears. She was very brave, and above all, she kept her baby safe, and he grew strong and healthy. I think Sacagawea is just amazing. One of the things she used her knowledge to help men find food. She was in an expedition with Lewis and Clark, who were two men from Missouri, and they came in their great-grandfather's name. She helped them get horses, and she is now remembered on the $1 coin. It has a picture of her and her baby Pop on it, and it was made in the year 2000. Sacagawea died in, I don't remember what year she died. She died in 1884 at the age of 25.
Hi, my name's Olivia and I chose Rosa Parks. So Rosa Parks was born on February 4th, 1913. She's the mother of the Civil Rights Act because she started the bus boycott, and she had courage and she had talent not to give up her seat. She met Martin Luther King and they were friends. She was in the NAACP group, and she got a lot of awards, and the first award was the Golden Medal of Freedom that President Bill Clinton gave to her.
I'm Jordan, and I chose Louisa May Alcott for my biography project. Louisa May Alcott is famous for writing books for helping wounded soldiers during the American Civil War, and she's also famous for the integrity she has and the perseverance she had, because even when she was ill, she still wrote her books. She was born November 29th, and she loved to write books. She wrote a book called Little Women and the Inheritance and Love and Self-Love. Some of her major accomplishments was that she liked to fight for Civil War, and she liked to nurse. And she also wrote in a journal when she was younger a lot until she died because her mother had gotten it and it was very special.
Hello, my name is Jordan and I did Thomas Jefferson for my biography. He wrote the Declaration of Independence. He funded the Lewis and Clark expedition. He founded the University of Virginia. He also began the Library of Congress, and he was the third president of the United States of America. At 76, he designed the exterior and interior of his home called the Monticello. He married Martha Hemings, and they lived on the grounds of the Monticello in the South Pavilion.
My name is Joel. I chose Obama. As a teenager, he played basketball, and he also worked at Baskin Robbins and an ice cream shop. He married a woman named Michelle Robinson, and he wrote a book and then he ran for president. The famous words he said was, "We are the change that we seek." And then now he's our 44th president of the United States.
Hi, my name is Cody, and I chose poetry. I was born on January 4th, 1735 in Boston. I had eyes that were almost black and brown hair. I lived close to the Boston Harbor. My father, a Polish Review of French nationality, and was a silversmith. I worked with my father as an apprentice silversmith. As a child, I also went to school and had a very strict schoolmaster who whipped us very hard. I was a bell ringer for the Old North Church. When I was an adult, I went to the Old North Church to tell the sexton to put up 2 lanterns. When I was 19, my father died, and I had to take over the business. I am most admired for the midnight ride. I tried all the way to Lexington to warn John Hancock and Samuel Adams that the British were coming to arrest them. Then I had to ride all the way back to Boston to the Old North Church to hang up 2 lanterns to show the Patriots that the British were coming by sea. Then I had to ride all around Boston to tell every single Patriot that the Redcoats were coming. I died on May 10th, 1819.
Hello, I am Sophia, and I chose Sacagawea for my biography project. Sacagawea was a strong girl, and she died when she was 24 to 25. No one knows anything about her until she was 7. Some people think she was born in 1786, 1787, or 1788. And when she was little, she had a little medicine bag, and this is what it might have looked like. She would carry beautiful precious rocks that she would find in the lake. When she was 12, her parents were killed and she was taken. She was a slave for 5 years. And then she did not know that the man she was sold to would be her husband in a couple of years. She is famous for the Lewis and Clark expedition. During the expedition, Lewis and Clark, their boats tipped over and all their information almost sank to the ground. Sacagawea got the most important information, all their maps and the stuff they really needed to go back to England.
Hi, my name is Blake, and I chose Daniel Boone for my biography presentation. Some of my major accomplishments were settling the state what is now called Kentucky, killing over 1,100 animals, and fighting in the French and Indian War and the Revolutionary War. Daniel Boone was a famous hunter and tracker. Daniel Boone was the best sharpshooter in North Carolina.
Hello, my name is Braden Pomeroy. I chose Ronald Reagan because he's my favorite president. He was the 40th president of the United States. I like him because he was very optimistic and inspirational. He always saw the best in everyone. He had inspirational and amazing speeches that helped people to understand what he was trying to tell them. He was the 40th president of the United States. He was born on February 6, 1911 in Tampico, Illinois. He was president twice. He loved everyone that he saw and always found the best in them. And he helped stop the Iran-Contra affair and the Cold War, which were very hard things for him in his life. And he died in 2004.
Hi, my name is Anna, and I chose Molly Pitcher because I didn't know much about her, and she was very courageous, and she always wanted to help people. She even helped people by risking her life to help them. So she poured water at the Battle of Monmouth. It was very hot, so she poured water into their mouth, into the soldiers' mouths that were fainting. And she also fired the cannon for her husband when her husband fell unconscious. She lived until she was about 87, which was very unusual in the 1800s. She was born on a cheese and cattle farm in Trenton, New Jersey on October 13th, 1754, and she died on January 22nd, 1832.